I've got a little WL Toys 1S 500 milliamp hour 25C LiPo in it right now, and I've got 3 grams or 2.9 grams of nose ballast weight on it. I just want to see if I could cruise around with that small of a battery without it complaining. So since it is a lighter battery, I've got a little bit of nose weight on it. We're going to see how this goes. All right, launching. See if it's well, it doesn't seem to be complaining about the balance right now. I don't know if it's you know, the CG is where it was, or if it's a little bit further back, but at least right now it's not complaining with this little battery. It'd be nice if this works out. Then I've got an additional battery that I can use on it with a little bit of nose weight, right? Yeah, so far so good. I had a different battery in it that I tested. It was 500 or 550 milliamp hour, and most of my 1S LiPos are really old, and they've got a lot of charges on them, and it was complaining about low flight battery almost the whole time. So this is the first one that I've got in it right now that it's not complaining about, at least not yet. The other one it was complaining about right after I launched it. It didn't like it at all. So that's cool. So maybe I could get an additional 4 or 5 minutes of flight time out of this plane with this old 1S LiPo. If it was a newer LiPo, I think it would work out really well. So yeah, so I think the links to the 800 milliamp hour 1S LiPos that I'll have in the show notes, I think that those will work out just fine with this plane. You might have to put just a tiny bit of nose ballast weight on it, but you know, other than that, it seems to be, you know, with a little bit of nose ballast weight on it and fully stabilized mode, it seems to be working out really well. So awesome. At least I have now I have some additional flight batteries so I can use with it. Shorter flights to be sure, but just having one battery is not good, even if you can get a 10 to 12 minute flight out of it. Isn't that a nice little beginner plane? I can't even hear it until I get really close to myself. Now I could just barely hear it there. That is really a cool little plane. Big thumbs up to QIDI for coming out with this little plane. Okay, so now it's going to be time to see if the S-Bus port is functional on it. So when I bring it out again, hopefully I will have it bound up to my TX16S, and then we can get the controls to be even smoother than they are. But you guys saw me with this plane flying it around with the stock transmitter in fully stabilized mode, and then in the what I think is the intermediate mode, the center position of the switch, and then with the switch all the way in the back position, it looks like that is just like a wind mitigation mode. And I did aerobatics, performed aerobatics and stuff with this plane, and I didn't have any problem doing that at all. The roll rate is a bit slow, so I am going to adjust the ailerons a bit to give me more movement on the ailerons to increase the speed of the roll rate. But what a fun little plane. It needs just a tiny bit of rudder in the turn to make a nice coordinated turn, just a tiny bit, because it's got a very effective rudder on it. You can fly it bank and yank. Like, okay, let's make a turn right here. Bank. This is just bank and yank. Okay, but see, it slews a little bit. You see that? See how the tail's dragging through the turn? Okay. All right, so now my flight battery is low. I don't know how long I had it near, but let's bring it in. Okay. Crash landing there. Okay, so let's... Oh, it's already complaining about that one. Okay, we'll go a circuit here. We'll bring it in and land it. Yeah, so right now it looks like I only have one 500 milliamp hour LiPo that is going to work with this plane. Alright. What a fun little plane. Big thumbs up. I think it's an excellent little beginner plane, and if you're intermediate to advanced, or you want to get that to that point, if you're an absolute beginner, you can do some decent aerobatics with this plane too, so you can grow with it. Alright, that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Tinkerz Lab.